Yeah. Yeah, so after my initial rant the other day about TikTok, I did have a thought. And I thought, because what they were trying to do was, since this Online Safety Act business, especially with TikTok, and I'm posting this on YouTube now, because obviously I can't access my TikTok account at this precise minute. And I did say the other day, oh, I'm not going to waste my time logging in. But then I thought about it and I thought, don't want to leave that data up there. Part of me says, fuck it. But the other part of me says, why would I want to leave my shit up on a site that's actually doesn't deserve it? So, if I have to accept the terms and conditions for a mere second to shut down and delete the account, to make my point clear that I don't actually agree. Because the point is, right, what TikTok did, they put up this little notice saying, no, you must agree with the new terms and conditions. Please press got it. Right? I refused to do that for about a week or so. Then they booted me out of the login. Right? So you have to log in now to accept the terms and conditions. Except this time, it now says, do you agree to the terms and conditions? You do realise, for those of you that use TikTok, what they have done is actually contract by duress, because there is no option with the agree to terms and conditions for you to delete the account. Because what it should do, as with all websites, if they're going to push this legislation, because it is contractual, and clearly it is contractual because they have to boot you out to force you to accept the terms and conditions, which is contract by duress, which is void, like many other things, like your birth certificate, null and void fucking document, admitted by HMRC as well. Some of you won't know what I'm on about, that's fine. You can always ask. I can always point you that way. Point is, people are whittering on, worrying about access to details like your passport details, your personal details, and all that. All they've done with the Online Safety Act is make legal, not lawful, make legal what was illegal for them to do in the first place, which they already were doing, spying on your details and data. It's just so that they can make it easier for themselves to try and get away with presumption and prosecution. We presume you're guilty, and we can get away with it now because we can spy on your fucking details without even asking your permission. Anyway, point is, it's a void contract anyway, especially on TikTok, the way they're doing it, because when they're saying, do you agree with the terms and conditions, they're not saying immediately at the same time, if you don't, please press agreeing to terms and conditions if you agree, and if you don't, please press delete account. Because there should be a second option. Without that second option, it's contract by duress, because they are forcing you to have to accept the terms and conditions to log in to be able to delete your account. Well, if you don't agree with the terms and conditions, all you want is a button that says delete account, man. Otherwise, all that data is going to have to stay on their fucking webpage, and it becomes their responsibility to get rid of it if they don't fucking like it. In a way, I'm not fucking bothered. It's their fucking problem. And because I've tried a few times now to log in to shut the account down, and because they're just plain awkward and whatever to try and force me to accept their terms and conditions to even log in, fuck them. Yeah, that's right, TikTok. Fuck you. Sorry. Don't care. Because what have I got up there? I'll tell you what I've got up there. Loads of videos saying how shit the government are anyway. Loads of videos that are basically turning around and just, pointing what everybody else is pointing out about the legal system, the lawful system that doesn't exist because the legal system's basically destroyed any lawful system. Well, it hasn't, but, that's what they're trying to do, technically speaking. Not that I'm explaining it perfectly, I'm just, generalising. Point is, it'll start happening over here on YouTube at some point. And at that point, I'll just delete fucking YouTube as well. Why? Does anybody actually bother with the music alright? or anything I do? No. Does anyone encourage or talk? Not really. I know YouTube's been censoring my stuff for years anyway, as it has been with many other people. So I know I'm not alone in that. And it really don't make no fucking difference. We know what's going on in the grand scheme of things, the bigger picture. The illusion of choice, eh? But yeah, so for those that have TikTok accounts that have just been booted out because they won't accept the terms and conditions, if you're like me, don't be surprised if you can't log back in. But don't worry about it because it's a void contract anyway. So if you do log in to delete your account or do carry on using it, just remember it's a void fucking contract because they're forcing you to accept the terms and conditions without giving you the option to delete or remove your account. That is a contract by duress, because clearly they need you to consent to the new terms and conditions that include the Online Safety Bill Act. What's more annoying is the fact that these big companies seem to think they're it, when really all they're doing is continuing to support terrorism. So if the end result is we have to delete every fucking account, do it. Don't be scared of doing it. We lived without the internet for fucking years before it even started, you know. And some of us in living memory never had access to the internet for many years before we did. So it's not alien to us, it's not a fucking problem. The biggest problem will be to the younger ones that can't live without a mobile fucking phone. Or because you can do this shit on it. Like certain other people say on here, the world is wonky, it is fucked. And you know who I'm referring to when I say the world is wonky, don't you, mate? I know you might not see me that way, you don't know me from Adam, really, and that's a fair point. But for the rest of you, there's a lot of talk, and I agree with what the bloke says. And I'm not going to say who it is unless anybody asks, because I know he likes to remain as he is. That's his choice, and I respect that. That's not going to make sense to most people, I know. Point is, there are many of us out there that disagree with what's going on. And there's a lot of talk of oh, well, I disagree with it. Well, if you disagree with it, why are you fucking using it? And some can say the same to me. Why are you bothering posting on YouTube this? What's the fucking point? You're right. There isn't. Or at least there won't be soon. You know, people have often said to me, like, monetize your music. Blah, 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 blah. Well, I can't be fucking arsed because I know where it's all fucking going. I write my music to try and wake people up. Because that's just what I do. Some people go out and make protests, don't they, Patrick? Or at least you used to. Some people like to make radio shows and tell the truth that way. I just do it through my music, best I can. Not always perfect, but I do it that way because I'm not exactly the best talker in the world or presenter of anything in the world. I don't know. But yeah, going back to the TikTok thing, for those people that are, you know, that might be finding themselves booted out and not being allowed back in, don't be fucking surprised. I kind of half expected it. I was testing the boundaries to see what they were going to do. I was, because they kept on leaving the whole little notice of, these are the new terms and conditions, press got it to accept. So I thought, no, I'm not going to do that. And I kept on shutting it down. and then reopening the application, and then you could carry on using the application. The deadline was the 25th, so obviously it's been a couple of weeks, and then they've automatically logged people out to force them to have to log in to accept the terms and conditions. I don't, so I won't bother. And unless I can log in to delete my account to prove the point, I ain't gonna fucking use it anymore. Well, now it is their problem. They'll have to remove it and delete it themselves. Otherwise, people will just not see any updates, any new videos. Not my fucking problem, is it? But the stuff will still be there. Kind of backwards, isn't it? If you want to delete people and remove people that piss you off, surely you delete their accounts. What you don't do is leave their accounts on but stop them from accessing them. Whatever. Probably only fucking talking to myself anyway, for what it's worth. Just a thought.